Hey, what's up guys, it is Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today are the secret, or as they call them, the more like the hidden lore in Soul Calibur 6. Now you can unlock these through certain game modes such as Libra of Souls, and you'll find them in the museum under hidden records. So these are pretty rare to unlock, so I figured that I would share them with you and we can go over them together. For some of you who, I know a lot of people haven't actually played Libra of Souls, so you'll never know this lore until you actually have a chance to witness this yourself. So let's just get right into it and we'll start off. So like I said, it's found under hidden records in the museum, and we start with 1584. The conduit met the sorcerers of Solomel on the west coast of the Indian subcontinent, where they obtained the spirit scales as well as information on the astral fissures. The conduit headed to an astral fissure with Maxi, a pirate from the Ryukyu kingdom, and they engaged in battle with the vanguard of the qualifiers. While pursuing Aswell across the east coast of the Indian subcontinent, Gro made contact with the conduit. Noticing their unusual powers, he asked his organization's agents to keep their eyes on the suspicious stranger. The conduit boarded Maxi's ship and headed for Yangguang, a city in the southern reaches of the Ming Empire. However, the boat ran aground along the Adamanan Sea. Maxi remained with his ship to repair it, while the conduit continued on to Yangguang. In Indochina, the conduit met Mitsurugi, a Japanese samurai. The warrior was on his way back to his homeland, having abandoned his search for Soul Edge in Europe. 1585. When the conduit and Mitsurugi arrived at the port in the Ming Empire city of Yangguang, they parted ways, and later headed back to Japan. Gro planned to meet the conduit again, and sent a message containing information from his organization about the whereabouts of an astral fissure. The conduit met Edgemaster and visited the cave of the Master Swordsman. The old warrior suggested a sparring match between his young pupil Kilik and himself. The conduit reunited with Gro, and together they sought out Aswell. This is most likely when Aswell noticed that the conduit's hidden power and changed his plans. Gro felt that the conduit would be a valuable ally in his mission, so he decided to share the organization's information on astral fissures with them. The two formed a pact of mutual assistance. The conduit and Gro crossed the Taklamakan and arrived on the oasis city of Kashgar, where they met up with Gro's subordinates Dion and Natalie. Gro and the conduit made their way to the qualifier's laboratory, and with the help of the Korean warrior named Sungmina, they managed to obtain valuable information before moving on. 1586. The conduit crossed paths with the Japanese ninja named Taki. It is thought that she used some sort of mystical ninja technique to ascertain the nature of the conduit's power. The conduit and Gro faced Aswell once again in the temple of the malevolent cult, Fugal Castimus. It appeared that Solomel, after hearing Aswell's plans, decided to leave the conduit to his own investigation. Gro and Aswell fought a vicious battle in the Fugal Castimus underground temple. The eccentric researcher fled, but not before destroying the temple behind him. Later, Gro received a special mission, so he temporarily ceased his pursuit of Aswell and made his way to Ostrinsburg. The conduit and Gro faced Aswell once again in the temple of the malevolent cult, Fugal Castimus. There, Aswell revealed his plan to bring about the ultimate seed. 1587. Aswell tried to use the two swords and the conduit to bring about the ultimate seed. However, the conduit defeated him and prevented his plans from coming to fruition. The missing Gro was reportedly spotted in Scandinavia. The conduit sought him out, and it seems found him. The conduit sought to Solomel in order to learn more about Gro. It was reported that the conduit fought Gro in Scandinavia. However, Gro's ultimate fate is still unknown. So pretty much those hidden records are the summarization of Libra of Souls story mode. Libra of Souls story mode is expansive and can take anywhere from 20 to 30 hours to complete if you're not skipping dialogue and stuff like that. And I've completed the main story, but there is a lot more beyond that, and these hidden records go up to the main story. There is a lot that actually comes after that. There are ways to master your weapons and encounter super strong enemies that will block your path. We can talk about them in another video. Just a lot more adventures that you can go on. You find the whereabouts of Gro, you guys reunite, and a lot of stuff like that. I'm going to surmise that after I finish playing Libra of Souls for you, and I might actually do a video on it tomorrow. But I have to kind of refamiliarize myself with the ending, with the end game, because I haven't played it in a while. But I'm not sure if you unlock hidden records for the post-game. It may just go up to the summarization. But if those of you who are curious about the story behind the Libra of Souls mode, that's basically it in a gist. It's definitely a summarization. There's a lot more dialogue that goes on. They meet a lot more characters and people, including characters from Soul Calibur 3. And there's just a lot more adventures that happens beyond that point. And then there's also these portals that open up where you can actually fight real created characters from people that created them in reality, that are kind of taken from, I guess you could say, the cloud of whatever console you're playing on, and they actually like propagate them into those portals, so you actually take on other real world people, and their levels are based on the levels of those characters that have gone into Libra of Souls. As of right now, I believe those characters are only the created characters for Libra of Souls mode, because you do create your character. But I'm going to be playing it again on the dark side, because I chose the light side for everything. I chose Soul Blade over Soul Edge. So, all in all, I've told you my thoughts on it before. If you want to go back and see my actual review of Libra of Souls that I did with a few other people, then that would probably catch you up to speed the best way in order to understand the mode as a whole. But this hidden record actually gives a good synopsis, or kind of almost like a syllabus to what goes on in the actual mode itself, outside of, you know, all the unique dialogue that you find with other adventurers and like wanderers and people that come across your path. Because just mentioning Mitsurugi, Gro, and Taki is pretty much like the bare bones minimum of what happens in that mode. And maybe I'll go into it in further detail in the future. If you want to see that, drop me a comment down below. And thanks for reading this with me, guys. I hope you found something interesting. If you are an online-only player or competitive player and don't actually pay attention to Libra of Souls, this was probably helpful for you. At least just to gain an understanding. Because as I know, Libra of Souls is canon to the story, and it will be going into, or feeding into, SOULCALIBUR 7. So as what we're talking about with the Conduit is actually the character that you create. So whenever you refer to the Conduit in that story, that's a placeholder for your character. And the reason they call them Conduit is because they have a way of absorbing the energy from the astral fissures and closing them. So they are a conduit for the Chaos Realm's power, or for the Astral Realm's power. So with that being said, guys, we're going to bring this video to a close. I hope you liked the video. Drop me a comment down below. Let's get a conversation started. I'd love to start talking about lore and touching up on different characters and stuff like that. So if that kind of stuff interests you, then let me know, and we should see it in the future. And as always, guys, peace.
Steady night.